whistle. Isn't she smart? Sure is, Ken. Bet you could almost teach her anything. Watch this. Get the carrot, Flicka. Get the carrot. Get the carrot. How'd you like that? Gosh, she's wonderful. Ken, it's that fox. It was in the hen house again. What are you going to do? Chase it, find its lair. Then we'll set a trap. Stay with him, Ken. Whoa!
Dr. Gresham? Huh? There's an elk over in those trees. I'll circle around and flush him out. You stay here. When he hits the clearing, you'll get a clean shot.
Hope I don't miss, Ed.
You can't miss. Not at this distance. Come on, girl. You can make it. Come on, Flicka. Get up. Come on, girl. Get up. Get up, Flicka.
You all right, son?
I'm all right, but you almost killed my horse. Come on, girl. Up, girl. Up, Flicka. Well up.
Did the bullet hit?
No, just a cut on her head from the fall.
A real bad one.
I'm sorry, young man. I shot too quickly. My name's Gresham, son. Dr. Lawrence Gresham. I'm staying at the Cooley Springs Hotel.
This is how horses and cattle get killed.
Here. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
You hunters ought to be more careful.
You're right, young man. And I will be in the future.
Come on, Flicka. We better get you home and look after that cub. Come on.
That was too close for comfort.
From now on, son, you and Flicka better stay out of the hills during hunting season.
But, Dad, I told you. It wasn't our fault.
I know that, but you can't trust some of these hunters, especially the inexperienced ones.
Who is this Dr. Gresham? Is he new in Cooley Springs?
He's an Easterner, out here for his health. Supposed to be a famous surgeon.
What's a surgeon?
A surgeon is a doctor who specializes in operating on people. It takes great skill and knowledge.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it will be all right now, but we have to watch her very close. That were a nasty cut.
Must have been a bad fall.
Yeah.
Imagine anyone mistaking Flicka for an elk.
You're gonna be all right, Flicka. That's it, Flicka. Come on. Come on, girl. Here, Flicka. Over here. Come on, girl. Over here. What's the matter with her, Gus? She ran right into the fence.
She's still pretty shaky. Her muscles are very sore.
But it's been a week since the accident.
Just takes time, boy. Just takes time. Maybe you better get her a drink of water. She looks a little dry.
How about it, Doc? What's the verdict?
I say put her out of her misery.
Bad as that.
That bad. She's got a head injury. Probably a bone pressing against a nerve. She's half blind already and a lot of pain. Kindest thing is to put her away.
Oh, Rod.
I know. It's tough.
Isn't there anything you can do?
If there was, you know I'd do it.
You realize what this will do to Ken?
I'm fully aware of that. He's got to learn to face things. It's part of growing up.
I suppose so. I don't know how we're going to tell him.
Sometimes I wish I was a plumber.
Look what I got for you, Flicka. What's the matter? Don't you want it? Come on. Get the carrot, Flicka. Come on. Get the carrot.
I think it would be better you feed it to her, Ken.
She's acting awful funny, Gus. She didn't take the carrot. I thought she was getting better. Isn't she?
Well, your father said to tell you he wants to see you inside. You better go in now.
Why didn't you answer him, Uncle Gus?
Poor Flicka. She's going blind, Hefty.
Here he comes.
Hello, Mom. Dad. Gus said you wanted to see me.
Yes, Ken. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you. Doc Harrell was here today, and he examined Flicka. Very carefully. Flicka's going blind, Ken.
Going blind? She couldn't be.
It's true, son.
There's some kind of pressure on her brain, and it's affected her sight. It's a result of that fall.
There must be something Doc Harrell can do. Jim Taylor had a cow that was going blind, and he fixed her up.
Jim Taylor's cow had a thistle in her eye. Flicka's case is far more serious than that.
Ken, when I was just about your age, I had a little puppy that I loved very much. That puppy got sick, and I thought it was going to die. Then my grandfather told me that when things seem more than we can bear, what we need is faith.
But I just want Flicka to get well.
Perhaps if you have faith, that could happen. Just a little bit of faith. About the size of a grain of mustard seed. That's all you'd need.
Suppose she doesn't get better. Then what'll happen?
Then she'll be helpless, and she'll suffer. And I know you don't want that, do you?
You mean we'd have to put her away?
That would be the humane thing to do.
It isn't fair. Flicka didn't do anything to deserve this. It's all the fault of that old hunter, that Dr. Gresham.
It wasn't anybody's fault, Ken. It was an accident. It wasn't done intentionally.
I don't care. This never would have happened if he... I'll bet Dr. Gresham could do something to help Flicka.
Dr. Gresham is a surgeon. He operates on people, not on horses.
But he could operate on Flicka if he wanted to. How much more time does Flicka have?
I'm going to leave that up to you, son. But if Flicka suffers too much, then I'll have to.
I understand, sir.
Ken?
Leave him alone, Rob, for a while. Give him a chance to think this out for himself.
Flicka, Mom says all you need to do is have faith the size of a mustard seed. And I believe her. Golly, between us two, we ought to be able to manage a little thing like a mustard seed. Come on, you're going to see a specialist.
Come in.
Excuse me, Dr. Gresham. Can I see you for a minute?
Sure. Come in. Say, aren't you the boy whose horse took that fall?
Yes, sir. I'm Ken McLaughlin. Dr. Gresham, I came to see about a friend of mine that's sick. Real sick. Fact is, she's going blind unless somebody does something quick. Mom says you do operations on people and make them well. I was wondering if you could fix up my friend Flicka.
Flicka?
Yes, sir. It's Swedish. It means girl.
Rather an odd name. It's pretty, though.
Flicka's real pretty. She's a sorrel
A sorrel.
with a white spot on her forehead.
Just who is this friend of yours, son?
Flicka's my horse.
Do I understand that you want me to perform an operation on your horse?
Yes, sir. You see, she hurt her head when she fell. And now she's going blind. And I thought maybe you could fix her up.
Ken, I don't know anything about horses. I operate on people. Isn't there a veterinarian in town?
Yes, Doc Harrell. But he says there's nothing he can do.
Well, he must know what he's talking about.
Please, Doctor. Couldn't you just take one look at her? I could pay you. If that isn't enough, I can earn some more and send it to you.
I don't quite know what to say, Ken. It isn't a question of money.
Just say you'll take one look at her. That's all I want you to do.
Where is your horse, son?
Right down in front of the hotel.
Come on. I'll have a look at her. I don't see how I can add anything to what Dr. Harrow told you.
Thanks anyhow.
Oh, Ken. Just a minute. Now, you leave your horse in the hotel corral overnight. I'll look her over again in the morning. Maybe I can figure out something.
Yes, sir. I'll do anything you say.
Now, don't get your hopes up too high. I said maybe I can figure out something.
I'm sure you will, Dr. Gresham. You see, it's just a matter of mustard seed.
Mustard seed?
Yes, sir. Faith, the size of a mustard seed. Flick and I, we've got it. That's why I know everything's going to be all right. You'll just be here one night, Flicka. It'll sort of be like going to a hospital. Now, don't make a fuss, Flicka. Dr. Gresham knows what he's doing. He's a surgeon.
Greatly appreciate your cooperation, Dr. Harrow. You see, I feel responsible. If it hadn't been for me, the horse wouldn't have suffered that injury. Tell me, do you really think it's hopeless?
This as far as I'm concerned.
Why, it's Flicka. She's loose. We'd better go after her.
My buggy's right here.
Stop, Flicka! Stop! Go back! Flicka! Flicka!
We caught her in time, Ken. She's all right.
Flicka, you couldn't see the train. I shouldn't have left you there alone. I'll go back and stay with her tonight.
I'm afraid there's no point in that, Ken. There's nothing can be done for her.
Nothing?
I'm really sorry.
Thanks, Dr. Gresham. And you too, Dr. Harold. Bye.
Ken, you've had us so worried. Where have you been? What's the matter, son?
I went into town to see Dr. Gresham about Flicka.
Dr. Gresham?
I thought maybe he could help her. But he says there's nothing anyone can do.
Sorry, dear.
Dad,
Yes?
Flick almost got killed on the way home by a train. She can't see a thing anymore. I guess we'll have to put her away.
Don't you want to wait a while longer?
There's no use waiting, Mom. I don't want her to suffer anymore.
Very well, son.
Well, meet Dr. Gresham. He's a colleague of mine.
How do you do, Doctor? We've heard a lot about you from our son.
Yes, I know, Ken. He's a fine boy.
Suppose you're wondering what we're doing here. My colleague here has decided to risk his reputation. He's going to operate on Flicka.
Gus! Gus!
Ken?
Ken. Look.
Flicka!
Yes, couldn't do it, Captain. I didn't have the heart.
But the shot.
Well, there was a snake in the pathway. I thought better shoot that.
Dr. Gresham, here's your patient. I know she's in good hands.
Hold that light a little higher, will you, please?
How is it coming, Doctor?
All right so far. There's a fracture of the occipital crest with pressure on the ophthalmic nerve. I don't think there's any damage to the cerebrum. Do you agree, Dr. Harrow?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Mustard seed. Mustard seed. Is it over, Mom?
Yes, it's all over, son. Flicka came through the operation just fine.
Will she see again?
We don't know. The doctor can't tell yet. He found a bone splinter and removed it. But it'll be several days before we know anything.
All ready, Gus. Take off the blindfold.
Flicka! Oh, she came right to me. She can see. She isn't blind anymore.
That's kind of a miracle, son.
You don't know what you've done for Ken. We certainly are indebted to you, Dr. Gresham. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me, Mrs. McLaughlin. It was the mustard seed that did it.
I'm going to give you Flicka's first cold.
I'll be happy to accept the coat, provided you don't ask me to deliver it.
Get the carrot, Flicka. Get the carrot.